Okay guys, this is kind of long overdue, but here is a quick walk around of the RC8C, and I'm gonna point out a few things that I learned now that I've had time to actually ride the bike and spend a little bit more time with it. There's little intricacies and little nuances that are pretty interesting about the bike. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear this, but a few different things about the bike that's kind of special about it. Let me show you. So the most immediate thing is that the entire subframe and the gas tank and the tail is all a single piece. So underneath here is actually an air box. This is not actually a fuel tank, and you actually fill it up here. So it's a little bit different. This is the new carbon tail that we put in place to replace the OEM one. So what this does is that it keeps the fuel lower, so you have a lower center of gravity. So theoretically more stability and easier to turn in. What you'll also notice is that there's a ton of crash protection all over the bike. So there's these kind of like, I don't know, unsightly frame sliders, but supposedly they work really well. And then there's axle sliders, frame sliders, kind of everywhere there's a little bit of crash protection. What's really cool is that on the inside, if you can see right here where I'm pointing, this actually prevents the fork from twisting in on itself and helps provide some protection there. There's also crash protection behind the swing arm here, and then also another plate behind the swing arm here, a plate right there, to prevent more damage to the swing arm should you have a crash. So there's little bits and bobs like that. Obviously, you have the carbon fiber underscoop down there. You've got the wings in the front, which are really, really trick and very, very pretty. Very cool. Right, so it's inspired, the fairing kit is inspired by the RC16, the MotoGP version. It has the Brembo RCS19 Corsa Corda. Very, very, very good feel. I like it a lot now that I have a little more time sitting using it. The dash is absolutely amazing. So right here, and you have really basic controls. So this bike pretty much has very little electronics. There's no traction control. There's no ABS. There's really nothing to dial up or down. The only thing that you do have control of, so you only have 3 buttons essentially. One is the pit limiter. So if you're in the pit, you can limit it to, I think, 20 kilometers per hour. You also have a engine braking, so this is the green button. So if I press the green button, you'll see that the EB goes from high to low. That's just how much engine braking you have. Right now I have it set to high just as I learn how to use the bike. And then the red button here is the power delivery mode. So it's either dry with the sunlight here, or it's rain mode. Oh shoot, that's the pit limiter. And then you have rain. So the blue button is the blue button is the power mode. So you have a rain mode or dry mode. And then the red button at the bottom is the pit limiter. Those are all the controls you actually have for the bike. The rest of it is, you know, your right hand and your ability to ride, which I think is really cool. It's a simple machine, really. The dash itself is really tricky because it does GPS lap timing, so there's nothing for you to configure. You just ride it, it knows where it's at, and it just starts to track the lap time. There's also a data logger, so you can pull all the information off of that as well. I haven't played around with that yet, so I'll get to that. And also, you know, very, very importantly, is the suspension kit that comes with it. The forks are extremely, extremely good. So these are from the WP suspension team, the same shop and the same team that actually does the suspension work for the RC16 MotoGP team. So they know what they're doing, and this is supposedly this particular Apex Pro fork. These forks are from the second highest tier of forks that you can get from WP, next to the MotoGP team. And then right here, I just had my zip tie to test how much travel I'm having, and today, you know, we're using a lot of it, so we're playing around suspension today for testing. Also really nice is that it comes with the Brembo's calipers, and it's, you know, look at the safety wiring for this, right? It's all titanium bolts as well. Just beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship. And then it has the HEL or HEL steel braided lines. Obviously the Dimag wheels, can't really see them right now because it's on the warmers, but you know, it's just very, very well put together. I just can't I love how detailed everything is, right? The titanium bolts, the steel braided lines, it's gorgeous. So here you've got a 41 tooth rear sprocket. I'm gonna play around with that just based on our tracks locally. It's gonna be a little bit different. So that's a walk around of the RC8C. And please let me know if you have any questions or comments below. It's been a super fun bike, and I can't wait to get, you know, better on it and just ride it some more. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you.